My name is Carolina Hernandez. I'm the Outreach Coordinator for the CalSavers program.
My name is Jonathan Herrera. I'm the Director of Outreach and Education for the CalSavers Retirement Savings Board.
CalSavers is California's retirement savings program. It was designed for the millions of Californians that currently do not have a way to save for retirement at their workplace. It was created by legislation back in 2016 that was passed, and that legislation requires that California businesses that are not already offering retirement savings and are averaging 5 or more employees need to register for CalSavers and facilitate their employees' access. Now, the eligibility threshold is actually going down to just 1 employee starting in 2023.
When it comes down to it, CalSavers, the law was passed in order to address, we call the retirement savings access gap. So when you look at the statistics, you see like 7.5 to 8.5 million Californians are going to work every day, playing by the rules, but don't have a way to save for retirement at their job. And when you look at the demographics of those folks, right, two-thirds of those folks work for small businesses. 2/3 of those folks are people of color. About half are Latino, and a little bit more than half are women. So it really shows the intersectionality of these different, headwinds that different people face in trying to create a healthy lifestyle, a financial lifestyle for themselves. But the research also shows that the best way to get folks saving and on a path towards retirement security is through the workplace. Just an easy way to save automatically from the paycheck, set it and forget it, making small deposits over time to build a nest egg for their future.
I always liked interacting with the public. My education was actually in financial planning, so it was a really great mesh of the two. I came from a small town, not too far away from here actually. It's Salinas, California. And in those communities, there's not a whole lot of resources, financial topics, it isn't conversations that are being had.
In addition to, being in marginalized communities, and access to capital or not having access, it's also not having access to general financial information and education.
When I was doing business-to-business sales, I got to interact a lot with business owners. And that's where I learned that a lot of their business is run on the mindset of work till you drop, not really having a solid plan on where tomorrow's gonna lead, not having a plan for what if I can't work? Or what if I don't want to work?
It's one of those things where you don't know what you don't know. So once you go back to communities and you tell them like, hey, these are topics that aren't being had here. This is important. All of us want to retire. We don't want to work the rest of our lives. So these are conversations that we need to start having.
The assumption is that we're comfortable having those conversations and we know the questions to ask. This is a framing that we're trying to bring the conversation to our community from the people that we would advise that they speak to.
I get in front of business owners and not just talk about CalSavers, but also talk about this new requirement, right? Because this is also a compliance issue. So we get to explain that part, but also explain how CalSavers is a really great tool for businesses to incorporate into their model. It's a really great way to recruit and retain employees, and getting into communities and having these conversations with trusted local advisors like TMC is like ideal if we can be out there together working hand in hand to get this information out.
I want business owners to feel empowered after hearing our conversation today. We operate under this idea that a little bit of money and a lot of bit of advice is kind of like the secret sauce for entrepreneurship.
We try to make it as low impact on the employer as possible, but the potential impact for employees who, are getting the ability to save where they might not have before, potentially huge impact, down the road.
We all know everybody's going to have to retire at some time. Even if you plan to work the rest of your life, maybe they'll reach a point where you can't work anymore. So it's really important for us to be putting our money away into a savings vehicle that's really going to help us get to that point. I think this year in particular, inflation, everybody is feeling it. Things are more expensive. So we really need to make sure that we're putting our money into a savings vehicle that is going to help those savings grow alongside inflation. You know, working in California and just the diverse workforce that is here, it was key for us to offer the ability for people that have ITINs to be able to participate in these programs. Being in this industry now and talking to representatives for other retirement programs, that isn't something that's necessarily available. There's other programs out there that might exclude ITIN holders. So for us, it was definitely very important to be able to provide access to those individuals that have historically not been able to participate in programs like this. Enrollment process is super easy. If you're working for an eligible employer and they register, then it's automatic enrollment at work. Participation is completely optional. You can opt in or opt out at any time. That was also super important for us. You know, if you're going through financial hardship and you're not able to contribute at that time, you can go ahead and pause contributions and you can start resuming down the road whenever you're ready. And if you're working for a business that isn't eligible, or if you're just self-employed, you're also welcome to register on your own. We have a ton of really great resources. We have a series of webinars that are available both for the employer and for the employees. You can find me on those live. So we do overviews for employers and we also show them how to register. We take them step by step through the registration process. We also do webinars for employees so that they can learn a little bit more about the program and retirement savings as well. And we offer those in English and Spanish and Mandarin and in Cantonese. So you can register for those on our website. And while you're on our website, we also have a ton of great downloadable information. Being in a state as diverse as California, you know, language was really important. So those are downloadable in the top 10 most spoken languages in California. We have a wonderful call center that they're multilingual. And we also have this fabulous field team. They work hand in hand with employers and they're located throughout California.
If you're not sure, consult with a trusted advisor, right? Whether it's a financial advisor who can give you advice on other options or a community partner, you know, that you've engaged with in the past that can help you, you know, structure your business. You know, there are folks out there who want to help. So don't hesitate to engage.